Oklahoma where the winds come, sweeping down the plain, twisters blow away your kingdom. Noise from the Sooner State, feel it in your eardrum. Way past the beginning and we are nowhere near done. My goodness, I'm nice with it. You can snap back, hold your hat, this how I'm fitted. Getting fueled up off your hate as if I need it. Why it takes on eating lighter, people say I need it. You didn't know? When I hit the road, dog cities hear me spitting flows. Meanwhile, on tracks, I'm really not your typical spiritual, lyrical miracle, you imbecile. Going harder than a tombstone. Here lies in a method that never saw his doom, though. Joints instrumentally fired by IQ, yo. Rocking like a Lucifer track, but what do you know?
Forward and I can't go back.
Welcome all. This is the Outsiders Green Country Soccer Podcast, a podcast by supporters for supporters of a beautiful game here in Green Country, Tulsa, Oklahoma, the better side of Oklahoma. My name is Mario. I'm with my good co-host David. How you doing, David?
Oh man, I'm doing great except for this weather. I thrive when it's 105 degrees outside and it's dropped down to 70s and I'm miserable. I see you've got a hoodie on.
Yeah, I'm sporting a hoodie, but this morning I almost walked out in shorts and a t-shirt. So I am so glad Angela told me it's like 54 degrees outside.
Yeah. Nope.
By the airport, it's not any warmer.
I need global warming to keep coming, and just I need heat. I'm a man of the desert. You know, just bring summer back.
No. What we need is this kind of temperature. By 2 or 3 can get up to 80s, but I'm okay with this weather. If I can wear pants, it's even better. Hoodie weather. But you know what kind of great weather this is for, right? For some good old footy, good old soccer. But
so you want to talk a little of this right here, because I know you're excited about that right there.
You took my idea. You took my idea from me.
How'd you do this weekend? How did your Chelsea Blues do this weekend?
I was nervous. Actually, our match was the first one this week, first game of the week, and I'm not gonna lie, I slept in a little bit, and I woke up like at 7, I think it was like 7 something, and I was like, oh God, against Nottingham Forest, and we're still 0-0. And then we scored a goal. I was like, all right, at least we're gonna do something. We're gonna get a couple goals. And then we scored another one. I was like, okay, maybe this is gonna be a good matchup. Then we scored a third one. I was like, this is what I'm talking about. This is Chelsea football right there. But
you beat Chelsea so bad or you beat Nottingham Forest so bad they fired their coach right after the game. How could you do? You put a man out of his job. How can you do that?
First of all, I didn't hear it on the broadcast, but there must have been like a fire alarm that went off because everybody started leaving that was wearing red. I think you know more about that, but
poor big Ange. Couldn't cut it at Tottenham. Couldn't cut it at Nottingham Forest. Man,
I think you need to step up. I think you need a coach up there because we'll talk about it later, but I think your Wagner Bulldogs are doing a lot better than they are.
Yeah. But surprise of the week, I guess, was United beating Liverpool. I mean, and big Harry Maguire with his big forehead put the ball in the back of the net to win the game for him. I mean, I started liking Liverpool more, but they all complained about that head injury, which, he got a cut in the back of his head. Dude, the goal was scored like 30 seconds. I mean, could you imagine the uproar if they would have stopped that? I mean, United on a fast break. I think you had to let that go on. I think you had to.
So are you saying you're back to the Man U? Are you back in red now?
No, I still don't believe in Ruben Amorim. I'm glad he's got 2 wins in a row finally. I mean, it's taken a full year. That was exactly 1 year from the day he was hired at United to get 2 back-to-back wins in the Premier League. So, I mean, congratulations, United. Liverpool got a lot of soul searching to do because they didn't look right during that game. They spent a lot of money in the offseason, and none of them. The only one that started was pretty much Isaac, and he hasn't played good all year. Mo Salah hasn't played good all year. Virgil van Dijk looks like he's just mad all the time back there now. So I mean, they got some house cleaning to do. But I don't want to talk any more Premier League. I'm taking that off. There's I'm gonna talk a little
Oh,
ML dollar sign right here.
now you're gonna be talking about Major
M-
League Soccer.
Major League dollar signs. So I don't know if you saw it, but Leo Messi got another hat trick.
No.
He has 29 goals in 28 games in MLS this year. Oh, and he's got 19 assists. MVP.
I mean, wasn't that already signed in the contract already before the season started for him to be MVP, and then for their new stadium to be called, Messi Stadium by the end of the year or something like that.
So a little ridiculous. So they beat Nashville 3-2. Messi with a hat, or 4-2. Messi with a hat trick. Inter Miami's got the 3 seed in the MLS playoffs. And that's about all I want to talk about Major League dollar sign. How about you?
I stopped. I didn't even get to watch any of those matches on Saturday. I was worried about.
Not saying I watched them. I watched ESPN FC today. They covered it because they do not cover MLS unless Messi does something.
Hey, if you say so. I kind of stayed away from MLS this weekend. I think we cared more about another match that we'll talk about here soon.
Birmingham Legion.
Yeah.
No.
No. It says Mario right there. It doesn't say Kaler. But
Okay. All right. Let's just jump head first into it. USL Championship. That's what we're here to talk about. USL and SC Tulsa. That's our bread and butter. Power rankings came out today, and let's just say SC Tulsa holding steady for the 3 spot for the last 4 weeks, I think. Yeah. What can you say? We're there, third place for 4 straight weeks in third spot. I think that's right, the right spot, don't you?
I do. I'm just surprised Tampa's not probably first or second by now, but with these power rankings, anybody can be anywhere. It doesn't matter what position you're on the standings. I'll just put you up there.
Yeah, there you go. So, talk a little bit of the games last weekend, because it is do or die time in the USL. This will be the last regular season weekend of the year. Let's just go through the games real quick that happened last week. If I can pull them up real quick on my computer.
I got it right there on the monitor.
All right. So on Monday, October 13th, Charleston destroyed Colorado Springs 5-0. I guess that was a weird. You don't have that one on there.
Oh no,
it doesn't have Monday's game on there. It's okay.
No.
It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. It's all gravy. It's all gravy. I guess that was a weird game. I guess they stopped it at halftime. Weather problems. I heard that they changed officiating crews in the game, but kept the game still going. Weird game. Charleston blew out Colorado Springs. Then we go to Wednesday, October 15th. Orange County, keeping their playoff hopes alive, defeats San Antonio 1-0. And we will talk about this here in a minute, but that's a big decision right there. Big win for Orange County. Friday, the team that we needed to I guess we did need it. We had already clinched home field advantage to playoffs. Lexington and Sacramento draws 2-2. That's a bad decision for Lexington right there. They needed all 3.
Man, I do not know why they pulled Epps out of the game. I'm not sure to save him or save him some energy, because he played a good 60 minutes of it. But that man was all over the field. He played great from what I saw. I mean, the first assist was made by him, and then the second was his goal, and the second half I think it was, and that man was up and down. I don't know why Sacramento wanted to play their B squad in the first half, and then they're like, "Well, we're losing 2-0. We better put our starters in there." But they did, and they came back and tied it up. Controversy, third goal. Maybe wishing VAR was in the USL because that was a goal. I hate to say it, but Sacramento got literally screwed on that one.
So what you're saying is Marcus comes back and plays at One Oak Field. He's all re-energized. So,
No, he could play the same way he did last time.
okay. Let's move on to Saturday. Charleston and Detroit battled to a 1-1 draw. That was a bad result for Detroit. They needed all the points they can get. Indy capitalized against Loudoun United 2-1. North Carolina and Rhode Island drew 0-0. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this game. Tampa Bay defeats Hartford 3-2. So I texted you at halftime in this game because I was watching this game before the FC Tulsa game and said that Tampa Bay sucks.
Yeah, you did.
And then you were like, aren't they winning? And I was like, yeah. And I've been saying Tampa Bay is going to make the playoffs. I don't think they will, but in previous episodes I did. To clarify my comment that Tampa Bay sucks is because, and I said this to you, is like when they're playing on the front foot, they're a good team, but their back line is in shambles. That first goal by Michi Nagalina by Hartford was wide open as you can get. Second goal by Nagalina, wide open. Mendez scored Stefan Lukic had a great goal. Mendez for Tampa Bay had an even better goal. That's the only reason why Tampa Bay won that game and is still in the playoff hunt. All right. Off my soapbox. Colorado Springs defeats Las Vegas 1-0. Is Las Vegas in the driving seat for the wooden spoon?
Uh,
We'll look at that here in just a
yeah,
little
we'll
bit.
look at it here shortly.
That was a good win for Colorado Springs to keep them near the playoff line. Monterey Bay loses to Pittsburgh 3-0. We'll talk a little bit about Pittsburgh here in just a minute. Monterey Bay, have they cashed in the season? Or should I say, are they writing checks right now?
I was about to say they better be writing checks, but hopefully they can cover what they said this beginning of the season. But I wish we could be playing them for the last game of the season. I kind of want to see. I don't know. It depends what week it is, I guess, for Monterey, but not against Pittsburgh.
Not against Pittsburgh. OC and Louisville. Louisville's got the Supporter Shield in hand. They draw 0-0. I'm guessing that's good points for Orange County. I guess they really needed 3, though, right there. And then the late game on Saturday, Phoenix defeats San Antonio 1-0. And we'll talk about the Western Conference playoff situation here in just a little bit. But big win for Phoenix. That they could be pushing the top 4 now, going from 8 to top 4.
Yeah.
A matter of weeks. So, all right, let's go to Sunday. Birmingham loses to Miami FC in the battle of the
That's the
who
battle.
could care less. The battle of who could care less in the East this weekend, because both teams are already mathematically eliminated from playoff contention. Miami went down to 10 men. Bonfiglio, did he have a brace? I think he might have had a brace in that game. Let's see real quick. No, he had one goal, but it was enough to put Miami past Birmingham. And then the last game of the week in a barn burner, New Mexico and Oakland Roost, they draw 3-3. Peter Wilson, he is leading the Golden Boot race in the USL Championship this year. Had a brace, so big. I don't think New Mexico is going to drop out of top 4, but that was points left at the table for New Mexico.
And that game had 3 penalties on there. I actually watched a little bit of it. I watched the ending of it, but the next following day, this morning, I watched the highlights of it. But I thought they could have been probably one or two more in that game, but yeah, I don't know what's going on with New Mexico. You would think that this is the time that they would start playing their best, but they weren't. They weren't on that one.
Yeah. So that brings us to the standings. In the Eastern Conference, you got Louisville. They have clinched the Supporters Shield. They clinched uh, home field advantage all throughout the playoffs. And they're in first place with 70 points. And wow, 70 points in a 30-game season. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's knocking it out of the park. Charleston's clinched playoffs. Hartford is clinched playoffs. Pittsburgh is clinched. Loudon's clinched. North Carolina's clinched. Rhode Island's clinched. So that leaves one playoff spot between Detroit at 36 points, Indy at 35 points, and Tampa Bay at 33 points. Tampa Bay owns the tiebreakers. Just FYI. So, big final weekend in the East. The top four is still up for grabs, but that last playoff spot is going to come in. I think Indy might have a late game against Orange County. Maybe is that who they play?
I think that's right.
So they get a late game, so they get to watch everybody play, and they'll know what they have to do. So I would say Indy's in the driver's seat. Who do you think's in that driver's seat for that?
For that final 8 spot?
Yeah.
And to be honest, I think it's Indy's.
Well,
I want to say it's Indy's.
So Detroit and Tampa Bay play each other.
Yeah.
Then Orange County, who is fighting for the last spot in the West, is playing Indy. Yeah. How great is that? How great is that? You got Detroit and Indy 8 and 9 in the East, and then you got Tampa Bay and Orange County, Indy and Orange County playing in the West.
Yeah, I this is why I was a little biased on this. I kind of hope Indy wins it to knock off Orange County, because I really don't want to see Orange County in the playoffs, to be honest. They're always a good competitive squad, but I kind of want to see Indy make it. Do I think they're going to be doing good against Louisville? No. Do I think any team in the Eastern Conference is going to do anything against Louisville? No. But it would be a good match. I would love to see Indy win it and take over.
That'd be a great LIPAFC right there, the first game of the playoffs in the Eastern Conference. So, I mean, it would be pretty entertaining. Yeah. Let's move over to the West, the Western Conference, real quick, and we'll add this. Tulsa sitting there at first place in the West, 54 points. I mean, we're 16 points behind Louisville, and that's just crazy. Tulsa has a home playoff advantage throughout the playoffs. Sacramento is in second place. New Mexico is third. El Paso is in fourth. Phoenix is in fifth. Colorado Springs sixth. San Antonio seventh. Orange County eighth. Lexington in ninth. Oakland, Monterey, and Las Vegas all have been eliminated. So I want you to look at something right now. San Antonio is in a free fall. They're in a free fall. A couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, they were third or fourth, and now they are. I don't think San Antonio's going to make the playoffs. San Antonio plays El Paso Saturday night. El Paso needs a win to secure a home playoff game. All the stakes are on the board there for both teams. I think El Paso is going to walk away out of that game. I think Lexington is going to score an upset over Oakland. Well, I guess that's not really an upset. I think Lexington's going to win over Oakland, even though Peter Wilson is playing lights out for Oakland. I think Orange County, they're going to beat Indy. So I'm predicting San Antonio does not make the playoffs.
And how the mighty has fallen, man. This season, when we predicted, I think I had them either first or second in the Western Conference.
I loved their back line in the beginning of the season.
Yeah,
loved it.
I'm just surprised, but yeah. I agree with you. I think they might be eliminated. I think Lexington can take over. Orange County, I don't know. It goes
So
back
just
to what I was saying with Orange County and Indy. I don't know who would be the best. I want Orange County. I mean Indy to win it, but I kind of want San Antonio to kind of drop down too.
so just to recap, but the key games this weekend for the teams to make the playoffs is Tampa Bay versus Detroit in Tampa Bay at 7:30 on Saturday. Colorado Springs takes on FC Tulsa here in Tulsa. It says 8 o'clock on USL's website. It must be Eastern Standard Time, as I thought it was at 7. That game was at 7. San Antonio takes on El Paso. Lexington takes on Oakland, and Orange County takes on Indy 11. So those are the main games that will decide the final playoff positions. But let's look real quick. We got Las Vegas 26 points. I'm just checking to see who could be our wooden spoon winner this year. 26 points for Las Vegas, and Birmingham, Miami at 27 points. You also got Monterey Bay sitting there at 28 points. Who's going to win the wooden spoon this year?
I was thinking it was going to be Birmingham, but Las Vegas they're really wanting it.
Birmingham takes on Charleston Battery.
Okay, never mind. Birmingham wins.
Las Vegas takes on Monterey Bay. So
yeah, let's give it to Birmingham.
Okay, Birmingham. Congratulations. Let's talk a little bit of USL news. Then we'll go on to FC Tulsa. I guess the big news that has come out of the USL. There's been a lot of news happening in the USL. I guess the big news is the Bob Lilly situation in Pittsburgh. Longtime Pittsburgh Riverhound coach Bob Lilly has been placed on administrative leave. Rob Vincent, who is a Pittsburgh Riverhound legend, former player, he has been named acting coach, not interim, acting coach. So, and that's all they've put out. Everything is speculation. Nobody knows what's going on. It's just kind of interesting. This happens a couple weeks after the Hartford incident. It's all speculation, but what do you think? Bob Lilly is going to be back next year in Pittsburgh?
From what I've been hearing from all the allegations and the rumors out there, that he's a tough coach. He's a tough coach, and I don't want to speculate too much on it, but I've been thinking about this actually, like off and on these past couple of years. I was like, when is the man going to retire? And I think the situation like this might push that kind of scenario to happen sooner than later.
Is this a Bruce Arena situation?
I'm that's what rumors are saying, but like I said, I don't want to speculate too much on it because we don't know the facts of what's going on. But
right.
And I don't want to take too much rumors as news feed. But
so
good luck.
Pittsburgh, they had a good game under Rob Vincent. I think they won 3-0 or something like that. Good game, good bounce right there. Maybe he moves in if he stays with the team, stays with the organization. Maybe he moves up to like a sporting director role or something like that, and let Rob Vincent, or if Pittsburgh feels the need to bring somebody in, take over. I don't know. It's all speculation, like you said. All right, I'm going to move on to something else. Some good news. Good news in USL. Reno, Nevada. They have been awarded possibly a USL championship team. Reno had been in the league for about 4 years with Reno 1868 FC. COVID happened. They won the West. And then, COVID happened. They had to fold. They said they couldn't keep the team afloat due to COVID. So they folded, but I guess there's a new ownership group, got a good stadium plan put forth, and they have been awarded a USL championship spot. How do you feel about bringing Reno back in the fold?
I'm happy. I mean, they actually had a good fan base. I forget the name of their brigade supporters
Something
group. But
had silver something in it, didn't it? Or
yeah, it was a long-winded name, but yeah, it was. They were pretty good. Actually, they came. I think it was their drummer, like one of their main drummers, actually came to One Oak, and he drummed the whole entire time, and he was chanting in Spanish, and I was like, man, that guy's dedicated. He was by himself, but he was dedicated to come and chant.
Battleborn Brigade.
There you
Battleborn
go,
Brigade.
Battleborn Brigade. Yes.
So
But yeah, they. I'm glad they're coming back, and I hopefully this time that our management or the ownership invests in the team and actually puts a good squad because they were really good in the West.
yeah. So 2027 is what I'm hearing. Is when they're going to be joining something, possibly 2027. Kind of. I guess let's go. Excuse me. A little bad news. See, cold weather gets me sick every time, even though it's still just 70 degrees outside. I guess a little bad news. Ozark United is pushed back. If you hear the dump truck beeping sounds, that's them backing up. 2028. That's what they said in the podcast the other day. Yeah, I'm kind of sad on that one. I'd rather see them than OKC.
Well, we still haven't even heard about them, so maybe they might beat them by then. But I
Yeah,
thought they said 2027 is when they were going to be coming back, Ozark United, because they pushed back. They were going to be coming in, what was it, next season, and then they pushed back to 2027 is what I thought I heard. But you might be right on the 28. But
I guess good news for OKC fans. They had a vote last Tuesday night for the last bit of funds to finish up the Match 4 project. It passed, so I guess they got their money, and we'll see. They're still saying 2027. We'll see. I mean, I have this belief in my life is I don't believe it until it's finished.
yeah.
So we'll see it when I hear that whistle blown and the ball is played at whatever Thunder Lightning Energy Field, Funk Stadium,
Bison United.
Bison United. Yeah. So
Yeah.
there we go. All right. Do you have any more USL talk?
Yes, I do, and I gotta make it quick because I kind of want to jump onto the FC Tulsa talk. But I'm excited to hear that Fort Worth. Was it Fort Worth or I know it was a Texas team. It was Fort something. They actually got granted a League One spot. Kind of sucks that it's
That was sure it's not a Florida team. It was Port St.
no.
Lucie.
No, there's an actual League Two team that actually got advanced to League One.
Are you talking about Corpus Christi?
Yes,
Or
excuse me. Yeah, Corpus Christi. That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Yep.
I'm kind of blanking. I'm probably confusing the Port St. Lucie. But I guess there's going to be 7 new teams coming to League One next season. That's a great thing. And the reason I like that is because it's building up League One to be more professional instead of being kind of NISA. I don't want to talk about them yet, but a NISA venture kind of league.
The NISA Cup's going on right now.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of bad things about them, but I'm excited that there's going to be 7 new teams coming to League One. I've been hearing Pensacola is also going to be on there. There's actually talks about Cleveland coming in, being a championship team, hopefully by 2028 or 2029. I mean, there's so much. One thing that I was dreading this year is hearing teams defunking and leaving. And I know we talked about a little bit about it, but I am glad I hear more about teams coming into the league instead of it just being, this team's going to be going out of business. That team's going to be going out of business. Instead, there's talks about stadiums, about new teams, about new opportunities, the growth of the league. And that's, for me, that's that and FC Tulsa doing great this season is just a combination of amazingness for me.
So the 7 teams that are possibly joining League One next year are Athletic Club Boise, out of Idaho, Corpus Christi FC out of Texas, Fort Lauderdale United FC out of Florida, Fort Wayne FC out of Indiana, which I think they might rebrand. So I've heard rumors of them rebranding. So hold on that. But they played USL League 2 last year. The Cosmos out of New Jersey, Sarasota Paradise out of Florida, and Sporting Cascades FC out of Oregon. So, and if you're familiar with USL League 2, Sporting Cascades FC was Lane United. So they've rebranded. So yeah, lots of and the USL as an entity has been granting a lot of exploration deals with cities and teams. They've been throwing them around left to right. That's more of that same thing as like I'll believe it when I see them. So most of the USL championship teams have been pushed back in expansion news. I haven't heard anything about Jacksonville. Jacksonville might be joining next year, which if that does, you might see Louisville coming to the West.
I was thinking about that. I was wondering, like, what does that mean? Like, what other team? And then also, I was getting a little deja vu. Central Conference. It could be a possibility of that again, but having 3 divisions with like 10 plus teams in each of them, I'm not opposed to it, but I kind of I'm enjoying it the way it is right now.
So originally there was supposed to be 3 teams joining next year. It was Brooklyn FC, Sporting Jacksonville, and Santa Barbara Sky.
Yeah,
Santa Barbara Sky already said they're back to 2027. Brooklyn FC has been radio silent. So that leaves Sporting Club Jacksonville. I'd almost see if all 27 teams stay in the league. I believe there's 26 teams. This might be 26 teams.
I want to say I thought it was 13 and 12.
13, 13. So it might be 2016.
Yeah.
Whatever the number is, they might get Jacksonville to delay a year. Or if Jacksonville shows up, they might make it a unbalanced conference where there might be 12 in the East, 14 in the East and 12 in the West. Move Lexington back over for geographical purposes. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. You might see Birmingham come over to the West. Birmingham would be or you might have to see Louisville come over to the West. So it's just one of those things where there's an odd number of teams. And to me, it's always been like the Mississippi River has been the dividing line.
Yeah.
You're east of the Mississippi, you're in the east. West of the Mississippi, you're in the west. And, Memphis had a split time. Lexington split time. We split time. Back in the day, the Swope Park Rangers had a split time. St. Louis FC had a split time. East-West. It might be one of those things where they have to maybe try to break it up to 3 conferences. Have a northern, northeastern, a western, and maybe a southeastern conference. And I would almost bet Tulsa would be in the southeastern conference if they do that. Travel's never easy for FC Tulsa.
No. Why would it be this year or the next season? All right, man. Are you ready to talk about some FC Tulsa, or do you got some more?
I wish we had like some streamer effect, or like you had some smoke that you can pop right now. Because, ladies and gentlemen, FC Tulsa, for the first time in its history, are the Western Conference regular season champions. Put a little smoke on that. What do you say, Western Conference? What do you say, USL?
Oh man,
we've arrived. It took a little bit of time. Took 11 years. Super happy. Caleb Patterson-Sewell kept his promise. He told us in a meeting beginning of the year, our aim was top 4. We're going to be a top 4 team. Man of his word. He did a little overtime, and he got top of the Western Conference table. As a man that was one of the founding members of the Roustabouts, the exploration group to get a professional soccer team here in Tulsa, How do you feel, Mariano Sanchez, Mariano Soler?
Oh my God! Come on, are you gonna call me Mario Sanchez? Is that what you were
I
about to do?
almost said Mariano Soler. How do you feel as being one of the founding fans here in Tulsa
Man,
to get this?
I can't believe it. To be honest, like I told Ryan last time, I'm so glad that they done what they've done. I've dreamed of this. I don't want to really talk too much about it, but I dreamed of this kind of thing happening sometime in the near future. I was thinking I was a grandpa by then, but um, but I'm glad it's happening. I'm glad it's happening now. I'm glad that Caleb was wrong and he overachieved. He wasn't wrong per se. We are in the top four, but we're top of all of it. Um, and it's great. It's great to see these guys hustle. Great to see, this team getting recognition. It sucks getting all the negative feedback and being like, "Oh, this team just got lucky," yada yada. And it's a target on our back, but I'm enjoying it right now. I'm loving the fact that we're first. I'm loving the fact that I predicted this every year, and now it's finally actually happening. But um, it's great. I love it. I know a lot of fans that gone and left are starting to trickle back in, and they're like, you know what, this is what I always hoped for, and we finally got it, man. And this is the first year that Caleb has been with this club. I mean, can you imagine 2 or 3 years from now? I don't want to speak too soon, but how many silverwares we're going to be talking about, or new tattoos that I'll be getting with a new star? I'm not trying to project or something like that, but I'm not going to complain either.
I want to say this. I want to pump the brakes. We're happy, absolutely happy. FC Tulsa's reached this success. Still got work to do. We still have 4 games.
Yeah,
4 games. Put in the work. All right. Let's talk about we got 2 games to talk about. First one was a couple weeks ago. We took on San Antonio FC at One Oak Field. Walked away with a 2-0 victory. Goals by Taylor Calhira and Lamar Batista. And Tyler Derrick was in goal, and he got his second consecutive clean sheet being in goal. That game right there, at the end of the night, clinched the Western Conference for us. Clinched it. It was done. It was ours. It was done. That being said, San Antonio game. San Antonio's never easy. Preface at this. San Antonio is not a bad team. They're a good team. They've had tons of injuries this year. They're working in people, bringing people in still on loan. Noah Dollemeyer came in on loan for El Paso just a couple of weeks ago. That being said, they got some guys back in that game. Luke Hawkinson, Alex Grieve, both of them started and played in that game. Both of them, Alex Grieve looked good at top. He was number 7, 12, something like that. He was starting forward. He looked good for him. He was dangerous. He had a couple good looks on goal. They didn't put it in the back net. Taylor Calhira had a great goal, and then Lamar Batista was able to head one in late to secure the victory. Lucas Stauffer played his 100th game in that game, the USL Championship game. So congratulations, Lucas. How do you feel about that game against San Antonio?
man. Real quick on Stauffer, congratulations, by the way. Second, why are all the teams always like pointing at him, and he keeps proving them wrong? He is. I know he is not the tallest, but man, he hustles. He runs. They keep trying to throw the ball at him and against him, and he keeps proving them wrong. I know we probably thought of him in the beginning or the middle season when we got him in that he was kind of a little bit smaller than what we needed, but man, he is doing great, and he did amazing, and it was a great match. I love the hustle from our team. Calhera, that was a great goal. But
He got that goal in traffic too. It was not an easy goal.
No, it was not an easy goal at all, and that was a great pass that they did to him. And
Um,
but
um, but
Batista, that header, he literally jumped out of nowhere and he got that above that defender. The defender looked like he needed probably like a good 5 more feet to catch up to that ball. But I think if we were playing basketball, that would have been a slam dunk. Would have been posterizing on him. But um, and then like the swag that he had after he scored that goal, man, it was like, God, just jump in our section, just do the 918 Brigade jump, the leap.
um,
But
so I believe in all competitions that was Taylor's 17th goal in the year. FC Tulsa record. I think that was his 13th
yep,
league USL Championship League goal. So congratulations uh, to Taylor. With that goal, he breaks the tie between him and Joaquin Rivas for most goals in a regular USL Championship season. So congratulations to Lucas. And with that, there were some more flyers to be given out. Lamar Batista and Tyler Derrick both made Team of the Week. I don't know how Luke Spencer didn't get Coach of the Week.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, they gave it to, I think, Brendan Burke again, but you get Tulsa winning the West and getting a shutout victory. Luke Spencer deserved that Team of the Week nod. So, all right.
Hold on
Um,
before we skip to anything, man. Tyler Derrick, man,
yeah.
that was save of the week. What he did on that double shot, I think it
Mm-hmm.
hit off of him, went back to the San Antonio. It was right there in front of the box, and he literally swiped it before that attacker was about to kick the ball inside the goal, man. And man, Tyler, I didn't expect it from you. He got my eyes open on him, man, and he did amazing. We
Great.
missed Johan, and I'm glad he got to see him in the next game. But Tyler Derrick did a great one right there for us.
And I guess another shout out goes to San Antonio player Abdi Salim. Near the middle of the game, Salim, he turned to us and gave us he blew us kisses or something, and I was like, man, dude, you're down 1-0. Why are you taunting us? We're winning. And we wound up winning. He had the biggest smile. He came over to our section and shook everybody's hands. He had the biggest smile on his face. I like it when players, we're going to give it to the players. We're going to give them stink. I like it when they give it back, but then I like it also when they recognize it's all a part of the fun, part of the game, part of the atmosphere. So, opposing players, we've had it happen times before. We always give them kudos when, they take it with a grain of salt and they have fun with it. So,
Yeah, he was a good sport about it. Yeah.
yep. So, da, 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 da. All right. So El Paso, we played El Paso last week and down in El Paso. Something happened. We went down 1-0 pretty early. Me and you both said this FC Tulsa should have been up 3-1 at half. We had great opportunities. Let's start off. We rested Taylor Calhoun, didn't start. AB wasn't in the 18. Diallo, who got a little hurt at the end of the San Antonio game, wasn't in the 18. Amon started up to. I'm not trying to say bad things about the players that started in their places. It's just we did not put the full lineup out there.
Yeah.
No excuses. Ian just came over 2 weeks ago, and they're getting him playing time, trying to get him ready for playoffs. Souza started over. Serrato was back on the bench. Johan was back in the starting lineup. But I could tell we didn't have Diallo in there.
Yeah.
I think that hurt us a little bit. I hope Boubacar is fine and he'll be back by the playoffs. It was great to see Serrato on the bench, so maybe he's working back into form. So we go down 1 in the first half. to El Paso. You know, I don't feel like we were bossed around in that game at all. I felt like we played that game. Our emotions got a little bit out of hand in that game. Glad we didn't get a red card in that game. I was kind of expecting one because our emotions got a little high. You definitely can tell that El Paso has Yuma on speed dial to teach them how to dive, because it felt like if you were within 2 foot of them, they were flopping down,
Oh yeah.
getting a foul. And they even said it on their commentary team, El Paso's the most foul team in the league. Yeah, right. They flop around. They do.
There's a lot of stuff that female announcer said that I kind of just want to be like, you know what? I want to keep this PG. So let's just say she was wrong all night long. And then talking about our jerseys, I forgot what color they were calling it. It wasn't patina green that they were calling it. They were calling it some kind of different kind of green. And I was like, you guys are soccer commentators. What's the point of talking about our jerseys?
I'll agree with them. They are. If I was a TV commentator, they are horrible on TV. Great in person, because the patina green and the white, contrast each other. It is hard to see who is who on the field. And I don't know how many times Lamar's been called AB, AB's been called Diallo, and Diallo's been called Petit. It's been bad. It's been bad this year. So front office, love the jerseys, but maybe you should maybe put like a little black outline. Still keep the patina green, put a little black outline.
Angela just texted me and told me they were calling it lime green, and I'm
lime
like,
green, yes.
I was like, no, that is nowhere near lime green, but okay, I guess from the press box or whatever they were drinking on, it looked lime. I'm not sure, but yeah, it was a horrendous announcement. I miss Dave Saunders a lot that day, but
right. So we played through the second half. I expected a goal. I really did. I felt like we'd get one, but time was starting to run down, and we got a good foul. We got fouled near the box. Wasn't in the box, and let's see.
It was close to the box.
It was close to the box. It was probably in like the 80th something minute, and Jamie Weber and Stefan Lukic line up on the spot. Called you, said, I was like, why is Lukic? After the game, I was like, in my head, why is Lukic over this? This is Jamie's. Then Lukic did his little run up and kicked it and hit a golazo. I was like, I'm wrong. Great goal by Lukic. I think that's his 5th goal in the USL Championship this year, 7th goal overall in all competitions this year. So, and most of his goals come off the bench.
Yeah.
Super sub Stefan Lukic. The Lunatics got a nice little chant for him. I don't know what the chant is, but they got a little love fest going on with Lukic. So, and I absolutely love it. So kudos to
tonight for us to keep this PG. I think we should probably not repeat that chant, but let's
little bromance between them. So yeah.
But no, Lukic did great. That goal, I mean, just like you, we are accustomed to. Hold on.
I want to pump the brakes on that.
Hold on.
The goal was great.
The goal was great. Yes, the goal was great, and he tried to contribute before that, and so those passes were not in sync.
Keyword was tried. Keyword was tried there.
Tried. That's what I'm going to say.
I will say I was sitting at home in my little outside area watching the game, and there was like 3 or 4 passes he tried to make to Harvey St. Clair that were just wrong. And
let's just say
the communication was not, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't speaking the same language there, and they were off. And I was like, what the heck? What the fudge? What the fudge?
Yeah.
And, like I said, and then he makes it. I was like, you have totally redeemed yourself.
That was when he came up there with Jamie Weber. As we know, we've seen Jamie Weber strike that golazo just like that. But I don't know what it was, but when I saw him kind of do those little like run up, a little quick, fast run up, I was like, oh my God, Lukic is going to take that. And he did. And The one he kicked it and he scored it, I was like, oh my God, like I guess I need to go buy a new jersey. We keep scoring like that. Is the coach holding them back and saying, hey, let's
That's
not show our
like
full deck yet. Let's just show them little glimpse here and there of who can strike the ball. But yeah,
yeah.
now I'm indifferent.
You
I don't know who's going to be our main free kick taker anymore. But that's a
yeah.
good thing to have, right?
It's an awesome thing to have, yeah. Totally redeemed himself. So finishes 1-1 draw. Little Wilmer Cabrera over there, senior, was upset at the end of the game because he's always upset at the end of the game. So FC Tulsa continues our amazing run. Um, yeah, great game.
Also, I want to do a shout out, Johan. Oh my God, uh, you saved us a couple times that night, man.
Yeah,
There was one that he just dove to. I think he dove to his right, and I was like, "Oh, please don't
yeah,
get hurt." It saved us from them scoring on us, but oh my God, that was a great save. He had a couple good saves that night, and I'm glad to see him back on the field as well.
yeah. That was a rocket by Frank DeRoma from El Paso, and yeah, he dove to his right and knocked out of bounds for a corner kick for El Paso. But you know, Johan doing Johan things. We held a little bit more possession in this game. I think we had to. We did. We took a ton of corner kicks. One thing I want to talk about: corner kicks. I absolutely hate what we're doing lately.
Uh,
I absolutely
Against
hate.
San Antonio,
I hate short kicks. Send it in the ball. We have one of the tallest teams in the league. We got 6'5" Lamar Batista. Taylor's not short. Lucas is. But he put him back there. Gio's not really that short for a midfielder. You know, Sousa's not short. Ian, the new Brazilian that's in, is not short. Send the ball in the mixer. Send it in there. What happened when we did it against San Antonio? Send it in the mixer. Lamar got on the end of one. We're doing this little short kick routine. I maybe Luke, Coach Spencer, he knows way more than us. So far be us to coach his team for him. But it's
I
just like,
pers- I personally liked what we were doing. The reason I liked it because it gave us like a Swiss Army knife of options on that one. It could, when it looked like it was Weber that's about to kick it in, and he passes it Coley, and then Weber runs the other way. It could be an option for a pass, or Coley kicks it in, and then vice versa. I mean, there's so many scenarios that could have gone, but like you said, if we had other players like AB on there, Diallo has been handing the ball in the game, and if he was playing that game against El Paso, I think we would have scored 2 or 3 goals in the beginning of the game. But would have, should have, could have, but we didn't have him on there. But um, I think we were doing good. There was a couple good chances, but I mean, we had
yeah.
a bunch of chances, and I wish we would have took advantage of them. But it's okay.
Well,
We're still.
I was really wanting Amon to get his first goal in a Tulsa uniform. I mean, he hit the woodwork like 2-3
Oh my
times.
God! Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but all right. I want to move on. Great game, FC Tulsa. We're killing it. First place in the West. So, um, got a game coming up this Saturday. Last game of the year.
Yes.
7:00, One Oak Field, Saturday, October 25th. It's Fan Appreciation Night. As we take on the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. There's a free team poster for the first 1,000 people presented by Bill Knight Ford. Fireworks after the game. Here's the long and the short of it. FC Tulsa just clinched the Western Conference. Colorado Springs needs this win to make the Western Conference playoffs. That's the bottom line. Now, does FC Tulsa, rest players? And hear me out, rest players and not show our full deck to Colorado Springs and possibly have to play them first round of the playoffs? Or do we play show a full deck to Colorado Springs and maybe risk injuries? Or do we rest some players, keep our cards close to the chest, and try to ride out maybe a 1-1 draw, 0-0 draw, or something like that? Or take a loss?
No, no. Fan appreciation night, last match of the season. And if any of y'all have a little bit of free time, do me a favor, go on the Colorado Switchbacks Facebook post. There's a lot of fans that are talking a lot of smack about us, saying that we wish we had their field. They beat us once, they could beat us again, yada yada yada. I can go down the list of what they said. I want to eliminate them. They were from first to worse, and that's the place I'd rather have them. I'd rather play any other team but Orange County because they won it last year. They think they can do it again. I like to leave them in the preseason already. Send them home. Send them packing. I'll be fine with that.
Would we want to widen our field here in Tulsa? Hell yeah, we would. You think that's smack talk?
I take it as disrespect. So I rather send them packing. Send them just off season already. I know we're already on top. I know it's wrestling teams and saving on some players getting injured, but they can wake up out of bed and injure their feet. I mean,
you have a nice field. Kudos. Congratulations. Yeah, we're jealous. I'm sorry. I would love to have a soccer specific stadium here in Tulsa. Any team that does not have it in USL is jealous. I don't care what they say. So, man. Okay, Colorado Springs. Let's talk Colorado Springs. So, man, on paper, this team has talent. They've had injuries. They kind of remind me of FC Tulsa. They don't have like the star marquee names. They don't have a Cal Jennings. They don't have a Milan Iwoski. They don't have Philip Goodrum. They don't have, just those names that in the USL just ring excellence. What they do have is they have a roster full of very talented players. Yoski Hanya is very good up top. Jonas Fieldberg is good up top. Quincy Herman's good up top. Juan Tejada has been super sub in the league. Days in Tampa Bay, been awesome. He's been starting a lot here in Colorado Springs, been awesome. Akeem Ward in the back line. Duke Lacroix in the back line. Matt Mahoney. Steven Echeverria. They brought in Kyle Vassell. They got Coleman Roca over from Colorado Rapids. They got Brendan Creek over from Colorado Rapids. They got talent. No one is going to say this team does not have talent. They just haven't put it together this year. Could it be championship hangover? Possibly. Or did they lose the pieces that they had last year that made that team?
Yeah.
That's the questions. The Lance Pierre left, came here to Tulsa. The Justin Dillon retired. They've lost a few more. I can't think of their names right off the top of my head, but they've lost some players. But by no means is this team a pushover. It's not going to be a gimme. Even if we played our full roster, it's not going to be a gimme. But I will say this to you, fans out there in FC Tulsa world, say this to you, Mario. Same thing I said to Josh the other day, and said in our supporters group, chat group. I'm not scared to play anybody in the USL. We played Louisville FC. We went toe-to-toe with them. They went up 1. We came back immediately, got that goal back, finished out to a draw. FC Tulsa can play with anybody in this league because of the style of game we play. We're always going to be in this game.
Yeah.
We're always going to be in the game. We're going to grind it out. We're going to make it gritty. We're going to make it a little dirty. We're going to slow you down. We're going to catch you when you're not looking and get a break going. We're going to catch you on a fast break because our transition is more solid than any other team in the league. FC Tulsa can play with anybody. Not scared to play anybody.
No, you know me. I fully agree with that. Only reason I want them to be eliminated because they won the championship last year, and I'd be okay with them being outside. But that's me. That's a personal thing for me. But
There
um,
you go.
yeah, I would love to see a multi-goal scoring game, not just to beat them, but also kind of give some Tulsa fans reasoning to come November 1st
Mm,
uh, for that matchup.
okay. Colorado Springs on the year, they're 10 wins, 12 losses, 7 draws. Their run of form is the last 5 games, two wins, 3 losses. Their last game was a W. So there you go. That's Colorado Springs. And has Josh made? I thought you said Josh was going to show up.
I thought so too, but I think he might have got tied up.
Maybe he got hurt. He hurt his knee playing soccer tonight in his
Yeah, in his co-ed league.
12, his 12 and under league. Got hurt. Oh, hurt that knee. All right. Well, so one other big piece of FC Tulsa news. Uh, Ryan Kraft kind of talked about it when he was on the show a couple weeks ago, but FC Tulsa officially is in this. I guess FIFA puts out what they call a base camp brochure, and basically it is a brochure of places in the USA that has qualified to host World Cup teams for the upcoming World Cup in 2026. And FC Tulsa was selected to be one of the teams to be put in the brochure. I guess the brochure is distributed to every team that qualifies, and they could try to select what facilities they want to come over here and train at. If you don't know, FC Tulsa bought Titan Sports Complex and renamed it Ascension St. John Soccerplex. So, if we can get a World Cup team here, that's just Colorado fans want to say, "Hey, we got a great field of Waterfield." Hey. FC Tulsa's put money into building a state of the art, or they didn't build it, but acquiring and then retrofitting and making what was already a state of art training complex an even better training complex. FC Tulsa's putting that money in at that ground level so they can, in the future, put money in the other aspects to make just a well-rounded sports organization here in Tulsa.
Yeah,
It's baby steps. It is, and it's a slow process, but this is just showing that FIFA's they reviewed probably hundreds of sites and they selected Tulsa to be one of the sites that's put in that brochure.
yeah, they have. Thank God. FC Tulsa also give big shout out to Tulsa Sports Commerce. I know they worked with a lot of other sporting events and stuff like that to bring them to Tulsa, like the PGA and other events as well. But they all work together to make this successful. And thank you so much, because I think that would put a lot of butts and seats here for a lot of people that want to see their team. Hopefully, it's a national team, or down the road it could be more. But I actually drove by there this past week, and I mean, compared to the first time that the team actually bought that facility, it's grown so much. The inside of it. I haven't been to the gym. I haven't done the tour in there yet, but the outside field is so much nicer than. I'm not sure if you've been to any of the like preseason matches that they had previous over there, but it is so much better. I mean, it drains out so much quicker. The field does. I can't wait to see the seats in the stadium down here in the near future that they're going to be installing. Possibility of open cup matches there for both the men's team and Tulsa FC Channel Cats. But it's super exciting to see all that happening and developing. I know we as fans, especially me, we want it to happen now, immediately. But like you said, we got to make sure everything's dotted, make sure everything is perfect. And the more time passes, we have a team. One thing that you said last time, we want to have that security of knowing that this is going to be here past our lifetime.
Yep. Any more FC Tulsa talk?
No, I think I'm good. Just sneak peek for anybody that has SeatGeek. Was a little surprised I wasn't there last week. There is times posted on SeatGeek for the first November 1st match. So check it out if you haven't. I think it's at 7:00 for the November game. So I'm excited.
All right. Little snippet of local news. 2 weeks ago, Tulsa Athletic played Denton Diablo at Hicks Park. It was a rematch of the 2021 US NPSL championship game. This was the second round of qualifying for the US Open Cup, and it kind of ended the same way as the NPSL championship. They fell 5-4 to Denton Diablos. It went to extra time, so they played 120 minutes, and I believe in the second overtime they scored and went up 5-4 against Tulsa Athletics. So Tulsa Athletics US Open Cup run has ended, sadly. We will not get another Tulsa Derby this year. So maybe we can get a preseason match to get a Tulsa Derby in. I think that should be something that should be played. It should be, maybe if we can't get a preseason match, we should get a exhibition match sometime during the season.
All right, I agree.
Yeah, Tulsa Derby is always good to have. So, all right. Wagner Bulldogs U10 report is brought to you by me. We didn't play last weekend. We had a week. We got a couple weekends off. We played all our games, and then we got 2 weeks off, and we come back. Not next week. We come back next week and play 2 games to finish up our season. Unbeaten. The unbeaten streak has continued. We played a really tough Fort Gibson team and defeated them. They said 6-1. I thought it was closer to 10-1. I really do. I think the ref just stopped counting. I got the game card from the ref. I signed off on the game card. I couldn't read his writing, so we just said 6-1. So, great win, boys. Plus 55 goal differential. Plus 55 goal differential in some games. Just gonna throw that out there. Proud dad right here. Proud dad. So
yeah, the new coach of Nottingham Forest is right here, right in front of us.
yeah, man. All right, so let's just go hot takes. Go for it, Mario. I want you to start.
Oh man! So with all these franchises that are coming into the USL, it's not a hot take, but it's more of a question for you. How are they going to be aligning in 2027? Let's say Division 1 is a go, and they start in 2027. How many teams are going to be in each conference? And not conference. How many teams are going to be in each league?
So I think it totally depends on what USSF determines to be D1, what you have to be D1 status.
You have to have 12 teams, of course.
You have to have 12, I believe. It's going to be in 3 different time zones.
Yep.
Metropolitan, I think it's going to be like 75% of the metropolitan. This is the current regulation. 75% of the metropolitan area is going to be over 1 million people. And you have to have a 15,000 soccer specific stadium.
Yeah.
Right now, I believe Miami and Birmingham meet that criteria.
Well, Miami's going to be moving to Kendall.
All right, so Birmingham and Birmingham plays in a football stadium, so I don't know if they even meet the criteria. I don't know if we got anybody that meets the criteria. Louisville doesn't with Lynn Family. I think it's like an 11,000 something stadium. Widener Field, Colorado is 8,000. Sacramento Heart Health Park, I think is, I want to say 8 to 10,000.
What about the Coliseum?
New Mexico? Do they consider that a soccer specific stadium?
That is true. I mean, it's the only resident right there right now, but
it is. So maybe they qualify. New Mexico plays on a baseball field. So I mean,
for now.
So nobody really qualifies if they get down to the nitty gritty. Now, if they adjust it, I believe it will be 12 to 16 teams in League One or USL Premier or whatever they call it. I think it'll be 20 in the championship to keep it single table, and then maybe 20. If they in USL League One, the third tier, they keep it one table. It's got to be 20. I don't think it can be more than 20. If it's two tables, it's got to be, they could be 40. But it all if they keep it single tables, it's got to be the most. It's got to be 20 because that puts you at 19 team or 19 home and away games. So that's 38 games.
Yep.
So it all depends on how they shake out the requirements. I think it's gonna be a hard I think when push comes to shove, MLS, they're gonna put the screws to USSF, and they're gonna keep the regulations. And as much as I would love to see USL ascend to Division 1, they're not there yet. The infrastructure is not there yet. Why don't you just keep it Division 2, implement Pro Rail, have a Division 3, Division 4 league, and once you get that, let me just say this right here. Right now, in my job, we switched to a different program, and it has been not smooth. That we do everything at our department. It has not been smooth. It has been bad. Why doesn't the USL keep it status quo the way it is? And once implement Pro Rail and what you got, let it roll for a season, 2, 3, work out all the kinks. Work out all the kinks. Get your infrastructure set, then move it up. Because believe me, if you try to go Pro Well or go to D1, implement Pro Well, there's going to be so much. There's going to be so many little things that bumps in the road that you're going to wish you had more time to smooth out. You're going to have teams that's going to drop because they cannot be pushed up because, even though I won the league, I don't have the stadium to go up or this or that, or I don't have the funds. I don't have the money to pay players to be in that league. Slow your roll a little bit, USL. Implement it, work out the kinks, and build the infrastructure.
I just think there's two things that they're prioritizing more. First, MLS is going to be doing the changing the calendar, whatnot. I think, for me personally, I think it's going to be a little bit crazy on that. And then second, they're building up that MLS Next, whatnot, to have more independent teams. So I think that kind of is forcing them. Well, another most really important reason why USL is doing this, and we both know why. You get more money. You're D1. I mean, you're going to get more eyes on this league. You're going to have the resources and.
But where are the resources and the money going to come from?
TV deals, international sponsorships. I'm kind of hoping personally some of these MLS teams that left USL might come back, and that would be some more compelling storylines. I mean, that storyline right there would be
they can't come back.
Not as the same team. Not as the same team.
They can't come back because the MLS owns those teams.
Owns the rights of theirs. But let's say, and just hypothetically, and this is just me kind of spitballing real quick. Let's just say St. Louis City FC wants to leave them and then come back to St. Louis FC, what they were before. And like I said, this is just wishful thinking. And let's say Nashville. They're called Nashville City. Nashville Soccer Club. Let's just say they want to come back to the USL. This D1. That right there would be compelling storylines. ESPN can come back. Not as the same club, but they can come back as a different identity.
But MLS would just keep Nashville SC in Nashville and St. Louis City in St. Louis. They can't come back. They can't come back. MLS owns those teams. Yeah, they got owners. MLS controls it. They control the likenesses. They control everything. They're not coming back. Not coming back.
Don't kill my dreams, man. Don't kill my dreams.
It's just what I'm sorry. It is what it is.
10 years
I
ago,
don't see. I
10
don't see
years.
the extra money coming in because if we go D1 and we say, "Hey, we got this product. It's unproven. We have no big name stars. You still going to give me a big ass TV deal?" Well, Apple is already paying at the wazoo for MLS. I mean, is ESPN might bump up the pay a little bit, but we don't have. We're in a NASL basically going up against MLS right now.
Yeah,
I mean, MLS it'd be like the UFL going up against the NFL right now.
yeah.
If USL would just slow the roll just a little bit, just a few years, 5 years, 10 years, build the infrastructure, get the teams to get the stadiums correct, get, get a little bit more revenue flow going into the teams to buy a little bit bigger, not selling your bigger name players or whatnot to MLS to sit on the bench, or say Jordan Farr, big name in the USL, goes to Washington D.C. He's played 2 games for DC United. That's all he's played. I mean, why couldn't he stay in the USL and been a big name here in the USL? The USL has to build that infrastructure, get everything just right. Implement the pro rel, and get those eyes over here already watching. Be like, hey, that's more compelling. That's the TV. Then you'll get the TV deal. Right now, we'd be going to distributors and networks, being like, hey, we have a league that's going to go up against MLS, but we don't have the cash flow, we don't have the infrastructure, we don't have this, that. They're going to be like, we're not funding that unless you got to have the infrastructure, the cash flow, the revenue. And right now, the USL is not there. As much, and that hurts me because,
like I was saying, 10 years ago, somebody told me there would never be pro rel. Well, look where we're at right now. We're about to get pro rel here shortly. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, it works out. But, I mean, things can happen, man. I just
we've talked about it for years, and we're right there on the cusp of it. Right there on the cusp of it.
Yeah. Well, you got any more? You got a hot take?
I've got one. Who starts? Who is Mariano Soler? Put your coach hat on. Who are you running out there to start for FC Tulsa on Saturday?
The full lineup?
The full lineup. Give me your starting 11.
It would be a copy and paste of last match. I would have Johan as goalie. I would have. Oh, we got our buddies from Raising Anchor. It says, I got a hot take. Oh, Tulsa versus Rhode Island FC at the U.S. Open Cup final. All I know, guys, if that does happen, y'all need to come up to Tulsa. I mean, I know I said I was going to try to come out there, but yeah, that's a good hot take. Sorry, David. This one kind of takes precedence a little bit on it, but I would love to see that matchup. I mean, but is there any kind of rule, David, that JJ can't play against us because
we'll do the little heart symbols towards JJ. JJ be like, "Gotcha, guys," and he'll probably be like, he might not be able to play that game.
Secret agent.
Too many tears coming down his eyes because he misses us.
Yeah. Each other.
Now it'd be a good game. From what I watched of Rhode Island this year, they struggled a little bit when JJ was out with injury. If he's back and full healthy, they're a very dangerous team, and they could be gearing up to make a good playoff run. They signed a guy that I really wanted FC Tulsa to make a run for in the July or something. Hamidi Diop, I guess that's how you pronounce his name. He played for San Diego FC and MLS. Got released for some reason. Went over there. They've got a very talented lineup. They could cause noise in the East. They're hitting their stride right at the right time. Them and Hartford both in the East. So, Koke Vegas, great goalkeeper. It'd be a tough game. But like I said, take anybody on.
Yeah, we would. Yeah, we would. But going back to going back to your question that you're asking, I would put Johan up top as goalkeeper. Defense be the same. Stauffer. Um, I don't know if I want to sit down Lamar and let Pierre play, and then let Sissoko come in. I'm not sure. I kind of want him more 100%, so I might have him sit down. Put Ian in the middle. Have Patrick Seegers playing on, like, starting off in the beginning. Um, then, like I said, I'll do a copy and paste of the last match. I would kind of love to see Lukic start, but then the way he's been playing in the second half, I mean, I can't. He's been at Luck Street as a bench player coming out. Alex Alou, his run, he can tire people out, man. So I kind of want him to start as well. Yeah, like I said, I would copy and paste the last lineup.
The only thing I would definitely get Serato about 30 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes, just get him back out there on the field, especially getting ready for playoffs. If he's healthy enough to, definitely get him some playing time. AB, I don't know if AB's hurt. It might be another one of those where you put him on the bench and get him a little bit of a run out there. I put Derek in goal. We got Johan back in the game, got his feet wet the last game. I put Derek back in goal. I would start him on again, and if we need to, which I'm kind of on the fence if I want to make a run at this game or not. I'd love to win them all, but we got a home playoff game in 2 weeks. Do I want to keep Kahira fit? Not risk maybe a red card or something stupid like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something dumb happening. I would definitely try to have a full set of subs so I can maybe get Weber, get him a run out there, but get him off there, make sure he's not hurt, doesn't get hurt or anything. Same with Coley. I like the shout out to get Seagrass some time out there. Maybe get Dom out there a little bit, just to get the feet underneath them for him. But yeah, I think it's a pretty good lineup.
I agree. Well, do you got any more hot takes to ask?
Just got one last thing to say. I do have something to say. Congratulations to Todd Herman, Mazel Tov, for getting married on Sunday. So I'm out of scotch, but if I had some, I'd toast to you, buddy. Congratulations, Todd.
Yeah, very. I was there, and it was a good ceremony. But just like, never mind. I was about to say something about Josh, but
let's just do it. There it is. There it is. Oh,
okay. Well. Anyways, I really appreciate everybody for getting on and watching us just talk about FC Tulsa and whatnot. I really appreciate it. The Raising Anchor guys for your comment as well. And thank you all. Go ahead.
Thanks for the San Antonio fans that came to the tailgate the other night, or 2 weeks ago. So
yes, thank y'all. Really appreciate seeing y'all again. Harry, we miss you. I know things are not going the way you wanted it. Things are not going the best way for you, but we miss you, and hopefully one day we get to watch a game together, even though it's probably going to be against each other as teams. But for everybody, thank you all for watching. Really appreciate it. If you could do me a favor, share this, like it, send us some comments, send us some posts, retweet it on your own personal pages. If you have anybody that you want to be on the next podcast, please let us know. We'd love to have your comments so you can show it to the players, team, the ownership, that you guys want to see the players or somebody here on this podcast. But like David said, please come out the 25th. But 2 more weeks, we'll have our first home playoff match. It starts at 7. We don't know who it is going to be yet, but it's going to be Dia de los Muertos. Josh finally commented, and why were you not on? You said you're going to be on at 8:30. It's like 9:39, sir. You're kind of late. Kind of like your dad's wedding. But yeah. But like I said, thank y'all for being on David, thank you so much for being on. Really appreciate it. At least one of my co-hosts. You just got home. Whoop, whoop. That's not an excuse. Like I said, David, thank you for being on. Really appreciate it. But vamos Tulsa.
Vamos Tulsa.
I caught the Glock, mama oldest acting like he grown. Now peep the logic. I got a heap of problems. A mathematician, you see, I gotta keep it honest. I'm past offensive. From my childhood, I force you to forfeit. Turn snitch or crossover, source work for corporate. The hardship is not marked for fake artists barking. The artsy astrologist, a start to your rocket ship. Soon as I change styles, the moment that y'all pocket it. And prophets' eyes prophesize giant size dollar clips for blessings. There ain't no way contested for us outsiders charging 20 G's a session.
Forward and I can't go back. Lessons that I went through put some questions on my mental. Forward and I can't go back. The stress that I've been through, I left that in the rear view. Forward and I can't go back. Lessons that I went through put some questions on my mental. Forward and I can't go back. The stress that I've been through, I left that in the rear view.
Yeah, outsiders in the casa.